Hi, I'm Ray with Arizonacontrols, and today I'm going to show you how to level the bed on the Viper 3D printer. First, you need to understand that the Viper 3D printer uses an inductive sensor for the Z-axis. We will be using the sensor along with the full graphics smart controller to level the bed. To do this properly, we will use a top-down approach. Therefore, we will need to level the X-axis first, since the sensor is mounted to it. On the smart controller, go to Prepare, Level Position 1. If the machine has not been homed, it will first home itself, and then the extruder carriage will move to the front right corner of the bed, and it will raise the Z-axis.
First of all, notice that there are question marks on the screen and they alternate with the X, Y, and Z. This means that the machine has not been leveled. If it had been leveled, it would display position data. So we're going to go to Prepare, Level Position 1, and then the machine will auto home and then move to position 1, and it'll give us enough room to put in our calibration blocks. Okay, so the machine is now auto homing, and as soon as the Z probe finishes getting read, it will move to level position 1. And there we go.
Insert the X-axis leveling blocks. Then go to Prepare, Disable Steppers on the smart controller, and all the stepper motors on the machine will be disabled. Move the Z-axis lead screws by hand so that the linear bearing pillow blocks just touch the tops of the leveling blocks.
Okay, so insert the X-axis leveling blocks. You have to turn the right one sideways so it misses the stepper motor. And now we'll go and disable the steppers. Okay, you're just going to go to Prepare and Disable Steppers, and then just push the knob down, and that will disable all the stepper motors. So you're just going to turn the lead screws until the pillow blocks just barely touch the calibration blocks. Make sure that you don't put any downward pressure on them, and then you're going to remove them.
Be advised that when you move any axis by hand, the machine does not know that the position has changed because the stepper motors do not provide feedback to the machine. Therefore, anytime you move any axis by hand, you will need to perform a hard reset. If you don't, the machine will zero itself when you try to home it. Since you moved the Z-axis down and the machine doesn't know this, you will crash the extruder hot ends into the bed. If you see this happening, e-stop the machine by shutting off the main power. On the smart controller, there is a hole in the cover with a reset label below it. Insert an object into the hole and press the recessed reset button. This will reboot the machine. You should see the splash screen, and then the info screen will come up. The reset button is recessed so that you don't accidentally press it while you're printing. If you do, it'll kill your print and reset the machine.
Okay, we're going to perform a hard reset. Make sure you never jam anything down the hole that's next to it, because that's the speaker on the smart controller, unless you want some silence forever.
An alternate method of hard reset is accomplished by simply powering down the machine. It is important that you understand how the machine is powered. The on-off button on the machine shuts off the 120 volt power coming into the machine and kills the power to the power supply. If you have a USB cable connected to the machine from your computer, it will independently supply 5 volts to the motherboard, and it will not reset.
Okay, so we're shutting off the main power, but notice that the power stays on here. That's because the smart controller is tethered to this computer through the motherboard. That's how USB works. It puts out 5 volts. You can charge your phone with it. That's how it works. So if we unplug the USB, it dies. So if I unplug the USB and power it up from here, now everything is going to work. And if I shut it off, it's going to be a hard reset. It's best to get in the habit of just resetting it here, then there's no mystery, because you'll see the splash screen and you get the question marks, and then you know that it's been reset. If you ever have to e-stop the machine, just shut the power off here. Even if this stays on, it's going to be sending G-code to the motherboard, but nothing's going to run because the 12 volts is off, and the stepper motors won't be powered, and it won't matter. Just make sure you reset it.
Remove the flexible build plate from the heated bed. The bed has magnetic tensioners installed on it and has a 4-point locking mechanism. Use a 3/16 open-end wrench to loosen the 4 locking nuts on the heated bed support plate. Adjust the thumb screw so there is about 1/8 of an inch gap in the mag tensioners.
Okay, so we're going to remove the clips and then take the flexible build surface off of the heated bed. And notice right now the machine is in a homed position, and we just moved the y-axis, so we're going to perform a hard reset and then move the machine to level position 1. But first we're going to loosen up all 4 corners of the bed. Loosen the locking nut and adjust this knurled knob until we get enough room in here to make our adjustments. About 1/8 of an inch is good. Okay, I'm going to loosen position 2. And keep working your way around the bed. You can slide the bed forward. It's fine to make it easier. Just get them all loosened up. Perform a hard reset. Once again, we're going to go to prepare and level position 1.
Use the calibration cylinder provided with your printer and position it under the Xaxis probe. Adjust the thumb screw until the light on the probe just turns on. You should be able to lightly touch the bed with your finger, and the light should blink if you have it adjusted properly.
Okay, so you're just going to put the cylinder underneath the Z probe, and you see the lights on, and then adjust the thumb screw until the light just turns off. And you want to get it to where you can just touch the bed and have the light blink. And then lock the nut down so that it's tight. And then touch the bed again and see if the light blinks. And it's a little stiff, so just make a minor adjustment, give it 1/4 of a turn until you just get that sensitivity right.
Now go to prepare level position 2 and repeat the procedure. Continue working your way around the bed until all 4 corners are adjusted. Do not auto-home the bed while performing this procedure, or you will have to start all over. Once you are confident that they are close, perform a hard reset and home the machine.
Go to prepare, level position 2. Machine will move to position 2. Move the cylinder over and rinse and repeat. And then you're just going to keep working your way around the table until you get all 4 of them fairly close and locked down. And of course you'd go to prepare level position 3, bed moves, and move your cylinder and repeat the procedure. And prepare level position 4. Move the cylinder, repeat the procedure once again. Be sure to lock down the locking nut. And you can move now from position 4 to position 2 and crisscross it up. But if you take the time to get these really close, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be perfectly level when you get done, and you won't have to do any more adjustments. Because once you lock it down, it's going to be locked down. Position 1, and the adjustments will get smaller and smaller as you work your way around until all of a sudden they're all the same. And we'll lock it down. There we go. Nice, sensitive. Just in the right spot. And we'll take it to position 3, and we just keep repeating this until they're all really close. And I think you'll see some surprising results. This whole procedure, once you get it down, only takes about 10 minutes, and it's a really, really good way to get the bed leveling accurate. And now we're getting close to being done. So we'll just take her around the table one more time. As you'll see, they're all really close. I think this is a lot easier than sliding a piece of paper under the nozzle, and it's way more accurate. The only other way to really do this would be to motorize all 4 corners of the table, and it would just add a lot of unneeded expense, because once this table is locked down and level, you really don't have to mess with it. We're down to where we're just turning these things like a 1/16 of a turn. It doesn't take much. A little tweak, we're going to be good to go. Sweet.
Now go to Prepare Level Bed. The machine will move to each corner and probe the bed. Take note of the Z-axis readout and write them down if necessary. The goal is to get all the positions to within 0.05 of each other. If you do this properly, the 4 corners of the bed will be within 0.02 of an inch of each other. Since the bed is locked in place, it will retain its level until you have to perform maintenance on it.
Okay, you're just going to watch the Z-axis readout. 6.28 position 1. 6.29 position 2. 6.29 position 3. 6.29 position 4. Perfect.
Another benefit of this procedure is that if you work on the extruders and knock the X-axis out of level, you will know it right away, because when the machine auto-homes, you can watch the Z-axis readouts and you will know if one side is not level but the other.
So if you ever get in a situation where one side's not level with the other because you worked on the extruder, you're going to see readouts like 6.2 on position 1, and then like 6.6 on position 2, and 6.6 on position 3, and then 6.2 on position 4, so you know that one side's not level with the other. So all you do is just disable the steppers, and if the number is high, you move the carriage up. So if the left side was high, you just turn the lead screw about 1/8 of a turn, probably at most, and it'll come right back into level, because you already know that the bed's level, and that's just an easy way to fix it. You could also use the calibration blocks if you wanted to, but it's just easier just to just to tweak the lead screw. Just like that.
If you like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe below and toss us a like. We always welcome any comments. Please feel free to visit us at www.arizonacontrols.com. Have a great day and thanks for watching.